Through my spiritual journey, I've realized my relationship with working out has been one of very external approval, of my body needing to look a certain way to feel good about myself, to be confident, to love myself. And that's not unconditional love, and that's not what it means to be my authentic self. So, through my hermit journey that I've gone through in the past almost 2 years now, coming up on the 2 years, is that I really haven't worked out at all. And I'm probably weighed the least amount that I've ever had in my whole life. And for being grown. And I really haven't worked out. And I keep saying that. It's mostly been just me taking care of myself with food, eating way healthier, basic, simple foods. And I'm not saying don't work out. I think working out is important, but I think intuitive working out is way more important. And I think the belief and mindset that I had for when I was working out versus I'm still trying to figure out what it means for me to take care of my body in a physical way and not feeling like I have to do what society deems as working out versus actually me like intuitively and taking care of my body and enjoying working out. That's what it means to take care of yourself, is to actually enjoy being yourself and not just trying to get fucking shredded, bro, you know? Which was my intention for a very long time, probably since I was like 12 years old, like wanting to be strong and being able to do 100 push-ups and like all this stuff and just being able to lift heavy weight. But I always knew that I was like just lying to myself, and it was like a short high, and it's ultimately a form of avoidance and self-denial of being confidently me and unconditionally loving myself for who I am, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now, does working out help with those things? Of course it does, but it's kind of like a band-aid on this, like, fucking you not having an arm. It's like you're not addressing the whole picture. You're kind of just micro-analyzing one stroke of a painting. So what it means, my advice and what it'd be to like actually intuitively work out is like very calisthenic slash, but like not crazy stuff. You're working out to take care of yourself. It's to be healthy and to regulate yourself, not to push yourself to the absolute max, put yourself in a survival state and need for external validation and approval. Because that's a lot of what is going on and why there are such extremes, to say the least, with the exercise industry. So Pilates, yin yoga, that's more just regulation. Tai Chi is another example. I've played with it a little bit, but like dancing, singing, doing some more just like movement-based stuff, having fun, doing more of like an active sport rather than like straining your body. And even when you are doing the active sport, it's not like bike riding and mountain biking. It's not to the extremes. You're kind of just like getting that circulation of being, of light and love, rather than pushing yourself to the absolute max for outside validation, rather than being vulnerable and in tune with your being. So that's kind of something I'm still working on to figure out. And I think it's a plethora of things. It's not just one thing that we've kind of normalized, like it's just good at the gym and fucking get shredded. I think what it means to actually take care of yourself physically is like just so many things, and it's not just one thing. Because I'm in all that is being, and I definitely didn't come on this earth just to take care of my body through going to the gym or maybe one or two things. Like, that's just not the case. So yeah. And I'm someone who was raised to be very. I played a lot of sports. I played lacrosse. I played soccer. I did a little bit of running. I used to row, and some flag football and a little bit of basketball. And like every single day, even in high school, my school had recess, and we would go outside and play. Like I was very athletic, especially as a child. And I also prioritized working out. I went to school to be a physical therapist. Like I was very like this is just what I was comfortable with, but it was also a mask for me personally because it was one of the things that was accepted in that I was comfortable with taking this path rather than challenging me and actually being who I authentically am. It was a facade, really. And it was only one part of me, especially when I talk about physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It was only the physical part of me. And it was because I was conditioned. Where, as a child, like, my worth was, like, the expectations of performance and achievement. You can relate this to school, but also with sports was that you're either on top of your game and absolutely being the best version of you that you've ever been, and you're always pushing yourself to be a better version of you. And this plays to as well as with my mindset with Call of Duty and playing that for 12 years and being very, very fucking good at it. But it's an illusion. It's an external validation. It's an external approval. And I was conditioned in that way, and that was kind of like a bit of the root there with sports. And I remember after games, it was like, it wasn't really supportive unless I lost, unless it was like the most shittiest outcome. But if it was like, there was only support when things were at its worst. Every other time was, oh, you could be doing better. There are higher expectations to be had for you. And it was ingrained to always be seeking the medal, the W. Now, like when you're doing something, does that mean not to win? No. But understanding that your worth isn't in winning. Your performance, your love, your creativity, your expression, your connection, your divinity, your light and your love is not determined on external performance. It's not determined on a grade. It's not determined on a degree. It's not determined on how you played in a fucking game, whether you went to nationals or states or whatever the fuck. If you're winning in the Olympics is going on right now. It doesn't matter if you win the fucking Super Bowl or not. All that shit doesn't determine your worth. Because everything is a fucking reflection of you. And that's just the facts. Now, can you create that experience? Can you have that short high of whatever approval that it stems from, whether it's societal, generational, ancestral, country, whatever? Yeah, for sure. But is that going to make you happy in fucking a month, in a year? Will you learn and grow from that experience? For sure. But can you be proud of yourself through these growth opportunities and all that? Abso-fucking-lutely. But at the end of the day, are you still denying yourself? Yeah. Are you still putting who you truly are on the back burner and not prioritizing what it actually means to be yourself? Yeah. And the only person that can be you is you. You are living your life. It is not anyone else's fucking life. So, little pep talk. Little real shit, honestly. This is as real as it fucking gets. And this stems into so much shit. it's not like it's one thing. You can apply this to fucking fashion. You can apply this to a job. You can apply this to families. You can apply this to whatever, running a fucking country. Like, it's literally everything. And all the facades and smoke is getting cleared out. All the shadows are coming to the surface. And the disassociation, the denial, the avoidance is no longer tolerable. Because ultimately you're just lying to yourself. And you know you're lying to yourself.